Hey, this is Heidi Dawson. If you love all things health and wellness and style of any kind, hang out here with me each week. I'm obsessed with never-ending improvement, and it's all in an effort to help each one of us live a wildly successful lifestyle. Subscribe today so you don't miss a thing. Hi, guys. Welcome to episode 244 of the Wildly Successful Lifestyle Podcast. We love our technology, don't we? Let's face it, technology is here to stay. Being connected is part of our way of life now. It just is. To deny that is to deny reality. But is our technology controlling us, or are we controlling our technology? It's not all bad. There really are great aspects of the tech world. It's made the world seem smaller by us being able to connect with people on the other side of the world easily through the internet. So the question here is, are you controlling your tech or is it controlling you? Well, one good question to ask yourself is, how often are you bored? How often do you let yourself be bored without your brain automatically reaching for the phone? Did you know that boredom actually has a place for us? It can lead to breakthroughs. It can lead to creative new ideas. It can lead to us finding new ideas and thoughts that we have that we didn't realize. Creating something that wasn't there before and can only come from us and our experiences. So if you have this feeling, okay, deep inside of you, and I talk about this a lot, that you were meant for more, that you were meant to do something that you haven't yet done. How often are you sitting in silence? How often are you giving yourself a chance to create those new ideas, to dig deep in your thoughts, allowing new ideas to form? You know, our ancestors would just read or paint or walk in nature. They would spend long periods of time in quiet. They had no choice. We don't give our brains a chance to create anymore. Technology has taken the place of creativity for a lot of people. Let's face it. It's hard to compete with a little gadget that has never-ending dopamine hits. And technology can be good too, of course. People are very creative with their Instagram reels and their online presence. But are you creating, or are you simply being entertained because you don't want to be bored? Because boredom is something we can definitely avoid. We just pick up the phone and we can find something stimulating on it for sure. But that's a trap. It's a cycle that's hard to break, but you can do it. It just takes a little effort. If you feel you were meant for more and you have something inside of you that needs to be formed, an idea that you just know is in there, you have to give it a chance to form. The norm is to be up to date on all the latest shows, all the news, all the things your social media friends are up to. It's definitely not to be bored to the point where you have a creative breakthrough. It's so funny to me. A friend of mine told me that she was waving to her neighbors the other day, just right next door, and it was kind of interesting what they were doing. Enough so that she told me about it. To give you a little backstory, these are two young girls that live right next door. They're about 26 or 27. And she's told me about them before. And she kind of talks about them like they're unicorns because they don't drink alcohol. They have bonfires where they just sit around and talk or sit and meditate. They don't have big parties or random boys spending the night. And they're literally models. I mean, they're beautiful. So it's not like they can't find a date. She told me the other day that it was interesting because when she waved to them, they were simply laying on their stomachs on their back deck, painting, just painting, doing art. They aren't artists. They were simply being creative, using their minds to create. No phone in sight. No sitting mindlessly scrolling, watching other people live their highlight reel. They were living. They were enjoying the sunshine, and they didn't feel the need to post about it. They just did it. It was a Tuesday. Maybe they are unicorns. But what I found interesting about this story more so than anything is it's so out of the norm anymore for people to be doing something that doesn't include alcohol or your phone or some other distraction that it kind of made an impact on my friend. So much so that she told me about it. And she's about their age. They aren't allowing technology to dictate their life. Their life is happening and technology is simply an enhancement tool. I talk about the Calm app a lot and how I love their sleep stories. There's one called The Magic Hotel, and in that story, there are two little siblings stuck in their hotel room because it's storming outside. So their plans to go to the wildlife sanctuary were canceled. But their parents have said for this entire vacation week, they could have no technology allowed, not even TV. So they're having to come up with things to do that only involve their imagination. It's an awesome story because they were bored. And due to that, they created this whole fairy tale castle in their closet and how they use the different things around the hotel as props. I love it because think about it. They could be sitting, numbing their brain on video games or cartoons, but instead they're creating a cool fantasy world simply because they were bored. They're growing their imagination. And that's what will happen to us too if we allow ourselves time to get there. My challenge to you this week is to look at your technology use. Are you using it to distract yourself from boredom? Allow yourself to be bored for a minute and see if it sparks a new idea. You have ideas and thoughts in your head that are valuable. We all do. I challenge you to find them and create something that wasn't there before. Something that only you and your life experience can bring to the world. I can't wait to see it. I love you guys. I'll talk to you in a few days. Don't forget to subscribe and share with your friends because we're just going to keep going bigger and better places together, and I love that about us. Talk to you in a few days.